What is up? Welcome back to another video. It's a glorious, glorious time here in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Restrictions are lifting in approximately 2 days, and it just feels like life is getting back to normal, which is so cool because it's been one hell of a 2 years with just ups and downs and all arounds and all that stuff. But that means drifting is coming back. It's inevitable, and there is an event that I want to make it to with 2 cars, and that means we need to start working on said cars, right? So today we're going to be working on the Rotary E36 Ute convertible thingy-majiggy. Don't really have a name. I call it the RX36 sometimes, I guess, because it's got a rotary in it and it's an E36, you know, so it's like RX36. But DriftX is coming up. That's a 2-day event, Vic Drift, end of November. So it's still like a solid month and a half away, right? But as you guys know, time flies, especially when we're building cars and doing all this stuff. I want to take both of the cars, and I think Dan might end up, hi Dan. How you doing, mate? Nice. I'm like, yeah, he's bogging his S13, but I'm a super good friend. I leave my cars to mates. It's just what I do. So I want to take both of these cars to DriftX and drive both of them. And that means Dan's probably going to take one, I'll take one, and then we'll just swap. So he can drive that, he can drive this, and we'll just drive either car. But there's a whole lot of work that needs to be done. Actually, to be fair to both cars before we can take them. I absolutely adore this car. But there's a couple of things we need to do. So as you can see, there's wires kind of around here and here that need to be cleaned up. As you can see, we've got the kind of weird intake going on at the moment, and that is because I sent my ECU away to Roland at Wankel Garage, and we are doing something special with it. We're putting a tune on this RX-8 motor that makes the car brap on idle like a Bridgeport. Now, he's been very successful doing that to the 6-port motor, which is, this is a 4-port. There's slight differences between the two, but they both come in RX-8s. The 6-port came in the RX-8 manuals, but because we swapped our motor from an automatic RX-8, this is a 4-port engine, which has caused, it's presented a couple of issues for us, which we've been able to overcome. But this is the first time he's done this type of tune on a 4-port motor. So here's a quick clip right now inserted from Roland's YouTube channel on how the car will sound, or should sound, once we have the tune dialed in. It makes it brap like the Bridgeport without having the ports in the motor, which is super, super cool. I'm all about that noise, because this motor is pretty freshly rebuilt. I don't want to pull it open and port it or anything. I just want to leave it as it is because it's going to keep going and going and going, fingers crossed, right? We want to keep it stock. So the Bridgeport tune is just going to spice it up a little bit and just make this car's a show pony, as you can see. I've built it to entertain, I guess you'd say. And so that idle's just going to really top it off. Also, what we've done to the tune as well is added pops and flames and bangs. We've made it more aggressive. We've made the electronic throttle more reactive as well, so it feels more like a cable throttle. So all of that. Roland is a super cool dude. If you guys are wanting this service for your RX-8, you can jump onto his website. The link is in the description. Also, currently we're running 50mm spacers on the front of this car, and I've got that like kind of FD look going on, I guess. So it's high at the front and slammed at the back. But this is a party car, and I just want it to be slammed every single which way. So I'm going to take the 50mm spacers off the front. They also affect drivability as well. We're going to put the 25mm spacers on the front, and we're going to slam the front out because I want this car to be low all round, because you can see it's like low at the back, not so much at the front. That's not cool. We've got to get rid of that. So we're going to do that. We've got a front lip here, which is off a random car that Woz gave me, and we're going to make that fit this, because at the moment we have like the garden edging front lip, but I want to tidy it up and have it look a bit nicer, so we'll put that front lip on as well. We have, man, there's so much going on with this car. Currently we're running the green Takata harnesses, but thank you to Daniel. He's given us some brand new black Takata harnesses, which I think are going to look a lot cooler in the car. So we'll get rid of the green ones, chuck the black ones in. This thing really is going to rip once we do everything that it needs to be done to it. It should, you know, 200 horsepower, not much weight on the back wheels. It should be pretty gnarly. So yeah, first things first, we'll jack the car up. We'll take the front lip off, get these spacers off, put the other spacers on and slam it the frick out, because it's always fun to do the look stuff first. So let's get into it. You. Okie dokie people, so our spacers, the 25mm ones, don't actually fit over the hub. So we're leaving the 50s on, all good. because we're just going to dial in camber, because we've got quite a bit of play, quite a bit of room of camber there, so we can move it. So we'll dial that in, and we're still going to slam this thing the hell out. So I've moved this ring up to about where I'm going to lower it. I reckon we go a bit more actually. Let's go a bit more. I can always go more. There, and we're going to wind it down. Just slam it. Get on the ground, mate. Come on. Boom. We are good to go. By the way, off camera, I did try a couple of these front lips that I had lying around on the front of the car, but nothing really looked like it was going to fit that well. I've removed the grill for now, just to see how that looks as well. But so I think we're just going to stick with the garden edging for now. Maybe I'll spend a little bit more time on one of these lips later, but it's just taking up too much time right now. We don't need that noise. So I'll come down with this anyway and see kind of how she's looking. Ooh, she's low. Good, very good. That's what we wanted. So we'll bang this front lip back on. Could still go a bit lower on the side, I think. Really needs to be corner balanced, but we'll take it for an alignment with Marcus, and he'll sort it all out. Man, I love this car. Ooh, tripping over everything on the ground. Chuck the front lip back on, and then we'll continue on with our jobs. Of course, on the day that we want to take this thing for test drives, it's raining. Alrighty, so the wiring is done. I've wired in a relay that I needed to wire in. And the car is currently idling, as you can hear. A little bit low on this side, so I need to raise it up a little bit just to equal the heights. Sounds alright. Still sounds a bit funky. So the pops and bangs definitely work really well, which is cool. Definitely needs new spark plugs and stuff. Again, I haven't changed them. I'm guilty of that. They're on the way. They're really expensive, and I've been holding off buying them, but they are currently on the way. New coil packs and new spark plugs. They're better. I think it's like $200 for a set of spark plugs for this. 4. So we won't be able to test drive this thing today as it sits. That's all good though. I'm definitely going to get those 25mm spacers machined so that they fit over the hub of this, because that camber there is just way too aggressive at the front. I think it's just going to make driving a little bit uncomfortable, if I'm honest. So although it does look pretty cool, I'll let you guys actually decide. Let me know in the comments what you think about that camber, whether we should get rid of it. And that's probably more than the race car's running outside. Looks to be about 7, maybe 8 degrees of camber to be, so it's quite a lot. Unfortunately, no driving for us today, guys. Sad face. Alright, I lied. I got too G'd up, so I put a janky ass intake on there just to see if it'll run nicely and nice enough for us to take it for a drive. So let's see how it goes. Good luck to us. So first of all, we can notice straight away that the throttle just is so much more touchy after the tune. Badass. There's also some cyclists behind me, so good luck to them. Driving with no power steering. I should have cleaned my windscreen, I cannot see anything. Had the handbrake on, whoops. god, this is so hard to turn with one hand. That is a freaking workout. No power steering. Worst idea ever. Ew, that's good fun, man. Oh, turning with one hand, so hard. Stupid digital dash is playing up, obviously not wired up properly, that's fine. Oh, one hand, all the way, let's go. Alright, so that wasn't wholly unsuccessful. I mean, the car drove, which is nice. Clearly it needs the new spark plugs and stuff, because as you can tell, it's not revving out, it's going to like 6, maybe not even 6.5 grand, not even, and then it's like cutting out. That's because of the spark. So weak spark equals low power for rotaries. They really depend on spark, which is nice because it means we've got a lot of room to move in terms of power with this thing. It should have a lot more power, so we put the new coils and spark plugs in, which is nice. So a bit of work left to do on this thing, but now before we end the video, we'll chuck those black harnesses in because I want to see how they look. Ew. Man, black is so much better. Woo, look at that. And these harnesses here are so much better quality as well. So good. Still got some of the green ones sitting on the other side, but stoked. Way better. This goes way better with the look of the car as well. I'm going to change the steering wheel. Not stoked on this one. Great steering wheel, just doesn't fit. Even though it's the right colour for the car, I guess, with the decals. I just don't like it that much, so I think I'm going to change it for something else. Whew, we've got a little bit of work to do on the interior as well. So this hydro is a little bit flimsy on the gearbox tunnel. So we will reinforce that, which is pretty simple plate and weld job. Yeah, so if I'm honest, there is a little bit of work to be done on this thing to get it track ready. Probably a full day, and then we can have this thing good to go. But I don't really want to spend heaps of time getting it track ready until it's running the way that it should be running. So that's the most important part to me. So when these spark plugs and stuff arrive, we'll bang those in, take it for a drive, make sure it's revving out the way it should be. Because what's the point in having a car all set up and taking it to the track if it's not even running right? So that is the first thing that we need to get done. And then after that, we'll set the rest of the car up. End of October, we're taking it out, Drift X. Fingers crossed that this thing does what it should, man, because that 13B should easily have enough power to spin these skinny boy 215 tyres. That's the end of this video, guys. Just a little bit of love to the 13B E36 rotary ute. We will carry on doing a lot more stuff to that. Next video, I think we're going to put some work in on our 318i badass Manky 46. This thing's coming up a freaking treat. Just needs the finishing touches on it, so it's just been sitting out the back while we've been waiting. Just patiently while we've been doing other stuff, and we've got to finish this thing off, and then I'm going to put it up for sale. So of course we'll take it for a drive before we put it up for sale, but if anyone's looking for a super awesome daily driver, that's your car, man. Perfect summer cruiser. All the electrics work, sunroof, good looking car, economical because it's the 1.8 litre. What more could you want? Unsure on the price yet, we'll see how we go. Thank you guys so much as always for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, follow me on Instagram @itsmikeLake, and of course I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, bye.